What I want to show you guys is just on the other side of this rise. Can you hear it? You want to see it? Welcome back, friends, to the beautiful rainforest of the Pacific Northwest. I have you out here on location today at the very foothills of Mount Fuji. I'm pushing my way up as the snow melts, and I'll bring you guys along where I'm discovering all sorts of really amazing things. But speaking of discover, I discovered a really interesting survival piece of kit that we're going to test out today. I've got it in my pocket right here. It's so small, fits inside of an Altoids can, right? But it's not what you think it is. It is a survival bootlace. Now, yeah, survival bootlace. You say, well, what can that do besides maybe tie up a tarp or something? This is actually has the ability to start a fire from scratch. I was on a ridge just to the south, and I thought I heard it. Is it the wind or is it water? I looked on my map, and I showed that there was a river here. I came over. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? Look at the starkness. All that burnt timber. We're sitting on a little peninsula here. Wait a minute. You didn't click the thumbs up. If you want to know what's hidden inside this shoelace, you need to do that right now. All right, let us proceed. Inside of this is a little 1-inch ferro rod, which is like a magnesium rod to spark with to start a fire and then the sheath. So what I brought with me today is my standard survival tools. I got a whole bunch of questions of why I chose a different axe. Well, I haven't chosen a different axe. I actually have 3 favorites, but when I'm packing, I like this little guy here, the little Grand Force. Is it the timber axe or the forest axe? I forget what it's called, hunter's axe. But this is a great one right here. My bushcraft knife and my little silky pocket boy. Those are the 3. Right there with a fire starter and a blanket, you're in pretty good shape. Let's strip this apart and see what's inside of it. The box said that there was 1 ferro rod included, but I can't tell which one that would be. Both ends feel the same, so I guess we just cut it to find out. I've fiddled with this thing for a long time. I can't get it open. Am I missing something? You see anything in there? Let's try the other side. Oh, there it is. See, there is 1 tiny ferro rod in there. Can you see it? Maybe it's me, but I think that they should spring for a second ferro rod. Put 1 on each end. Harnessing the power of Braille. I actually could feel there was a little lip there that you kind of open up like a can, but that doesn't come out of there easy. Make sure you have your reading glasses if you've got your survival shoelace. Behold our prize. Came at quite a cost. There's our ferro rod. Pull out the inside. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the fire starter right there? That was inside of it. Now that makes more sense. I was wondering how paracord was going to ignite. Goodness, what a moron. Is this the portion here? you know, this is a job that would be very challenging if you were trying to do it in an area where there was wind, but I guess that goes for any time you're starting a fire. Just when you get them down to really nice, fine little fuzzies, they want to be carried away by the wind. I get where they're going with this, but there is a downside. You're using up one of your boot laces. If you need to walk out somewhere, that's going to be a problem. It's a gummy substance. What it feels like to me, it feels like dental floss. Now, we've got a pretty good wind coming out of the east, so we'll hunker down here, try to get a little bit of wind break from this log. There's our ferro rod. We got that material fluffed up. It's so hard to hold on to. I don't know if the blade is not sharp enough, or the back of the blade. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, that took right off. That stuff's really flammable, isn't it? That's hot. Don't take me long to look at an Altoid box. What's the verdict? Is the survival shoelace, is it a legitimate survival item? Well, let's talk about a couple things. First is the cost. I bought these, I think on Amazon. I paid over $30 by the time you pay taxes and it was to the door, right? That's pretty expensive for a 72-inch piece of paracord with a teeny tiny fire steel in it. I think it's just too expensive. Even on top of that, what we have is laces made out of 550 cord, and every sensible man knows 550 cord makes terrible laces because it doesn't, it won't stay tight unless you use a very special knot. So there's that point of it too. But aside from that, it actually worked. We were able to start a fire with it. It's kind of an interesting thing. It's a clever idea. I kind of like the idea of it. But if you are the type of person that's going to rely upon this to save you in an event your GPS takes you off and dumps you out and loses you in the middle of the wilderness, if that's the only precaution you've taken, well, I think you're going to be taking a dirt nap pretty soon if you get stranded out and this is what you're relying upon. So take it for what it's worth. It made for a good video, and it was kind of fun and a good excuse for me to get out here and explore. I have been really enjoying, folks have been asking me, you know, what over the last 6 months, I guess since last fall, you know, why in the world did you move? Why did you leave? This is one of a million reasons right here. This is a 10-minute drive from my home. And I've been having so much fun exploring all this area. I got to explore it on the snow bikes, a lot of this, but now that the snow is melting, whenever I can, I get away from the house, I head up here and to see how high I can get and up to where the snow gets too deep. But I'm just discovering all these amazing and beautiful, beautiful things. It's so isolated out here. You just never see anybody. I just thought it might be kind of fun to do some vlogging style videos and bring you along and just show you what I've found. I found just beautiful glaciers and lava tubes and crazy caves and all sorts of animals and just amazing, amazing things out here. It's absolutely beautiful. I think next to New Zealand, this is probably one of the prettiest places in the whole world. Thanks for watching. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers. If you haven't clicked the thumbs up by now, shame, shame, shame. Shame on you. We appreciate that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all on the next video. There's a herd of elk right there. I think they're cows. There they are. Four or five cows.